Om Shanti. Adopt the personality of spiritual royalty and purity, intoxication and sparkle of spiritual royalty. Complete purity is the foundation of spiritual royalty. So ask yourself whether everyone experiences the intoxication and sparkle of spiritual royalty in your form and behavior. Look at yourself in the mirror of this knowledge and see whether spiritual royalty is visible on your face and in your behavior, or whether your activity and face are visible as ordinary. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 14. Adopt the personality of spiritual royalty and purity. Today's topic, intoxication and sparkle of spiritual royalty. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. I'm sure everyone is very well. That's what Baba has taught us, no? To be okay, very well. Baba had been saying, even if you have to write a letter to me, you have to write, I am okay. Not only okay, that is to be sensible, but intoxication, blissful stage, beyond sorrow and happiness. Happiness temporary. So when we have that stage, from time to time, and especially it was like a rehearsal, especially in India, in Madhuban, all the places. So what we got to know, two things. One is how much spiritual strength, which are the powers we need more. Was there fear, there was uncertainty, there was concern of the future. Many kind of feelings emerge, not only in Bharat, but all over the world, right? Especially also Bharatvasis. And secondly, uh, are we prepared for emergency? We had done few sessions in Peace Village, especially when there is no electricity, right? Some of you might have generator, but not everyone. And generator also won't last long, right? So everyone should have a torch, should have lanterns at the center or home, or some food. If you can't cook, then maybe sprout it. But also wood fire. Dry wood, if it is kept, you can burn the fire and you can cook on that. We used to do that, right? There was no gas, there was no electricity. We always, in Madhuban, when we went in the beginning, there were very big size wood chulas. We will put wood and then put our pots to cook roti, chapati, everything. And from that wood, in the end, what was left was little pieces. They call it soft coke. One is hard coke, one is soft one. So they will make chapati to pop up on that. I still remember those days in Madhuban where we all used to go and cook on that wood fire. We don't need that big, but we need small one. Also look around what are little things we can see so that our needs are fulfilled at that time, right? So at the time of rehearsal, we come to know, but then we have time in between to again prepare for everything. But when it comes to spiritual service, when people are in fear, disappointed, they are angry, or whatever it is, we might be able to say few words, but we have to serve more through our image, our vibrations, remaining strong, right? So Baba is saying our homework is intoxication and the spark of spiritual royalty. It's a kind of subtle confidence or trust we have that Baba is with us. We have knowledge. We can use power of yoga. No? So all that is visible in our image. So complete purity. So intoxication and the spark of spiritual royalty. Complete purity is the foundation of spiritual royalty. Stillness, stability, free from desires. All that is visible in our personality. So ask yourself whether everyone experiences the intoxication and the sparkle of spiritual royalty in your form, in your image, and also in behavior. Not get panicky, not get frustrated or angry. Look at yourself in the mirror of this knowledge and see whether spiritual royalty is visible on your face and in your behavior, or whether your activity and the face are visible as ordinary. We cannot become like Lokik people. Ordinary, Baba says. We cannot really. Sometimes it does happen. Whatever is the atmosphere, it could influence us. It can show in our image or face and also in interaction. So we have to prepare ourselves, right? Every day in life, so many favorable and adverse situations come. What is my response? So from that response, it comes on our face, right? until now, I have noticed that some Baba's children are very sensitive. Hmm. If things doesn't happen the way they want, hmm, not only it's visible on face, but also the way then they talk. So we have to, okay, whatever happened, there is some benefit in that. Success is our birthright. Look forward. So internally, like keep creating very elevated, very pure thoughts. Our Brahma Baba, in a spiritual life journey, so many situations came. Mm. We haven't faced all, so some might come in the future. But how those who stayed in Yagya continued, like Dadis, no? They didn't wanted Brahma Baba to worry about them. When there was beggary part, no food, so Dadis said in the morning they will go out and get some berries from the tree and eat something and come and tell Baba, Baba, we are full, we are okay. And there was some they got so worried, what will happen if we don't get food? What will happen to us? Lot of wasteful thoughts. Right? And Baba used to tell us that, of course, it's what you need physically, but also your thoughts. Mm. Any kind of, these days, millet roti is so popular, right? Everyone wants millet or corn. Or those days, people were not used to it, right? So some were concerned they won't be able to digest, it won't be easy. uh, and it did have affect their body. But there were some they ate with that love and faith, and nothing happened to them. Hmm. So we have to keep our mind uh, from time to time, not only practice, but do rehearsal, whether it is different kind of food or less food or maybe fasting for half day. Some of these things we have to put ourselves during the time of uh, when the rehearsal also stops for a while. But anger is still there, heat is still there, revenge feelings are still there. So fire is on and it can ignite more at any time. So we have to be prepared for that. Okay, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Good
Hello,
evening.
good evening, Shrinben.
I want you to talk to us about spiritual royalty. When you were sharing just now, I was thinking that's a very deep topic, isn't it?
No, but what Baba meant that our spirituality in action or in practical should be visible on our image, and that is we are not disturbed, we remain peaceful. It's like we don't lose hope so others can feel that. Like maintain all these qualities. A spiritual personality, that means knowledge is spirituality, and spirituality in practical actually. So Baba wants that should be visible in our form and in our interaction with others. And I think that whenever there is any kind of calamity, right? Baba's children always are very supportive. No? Some
Right.
of them might get panic and start behaving like ordinary. But we have to remember, no, we are the support for others. So our stability can help others also to maintain their trust, maintain their strength, right?
Right.
So, yeah, so that is like spiritual personality or spiritual royalty, both.
Mm.
Our image.
One of the things Baba was saying in Sunday's Murli was that we should keep the fast of purity throughout our life, not just for one day. Um, I'm not saying we are keeping it for one day, but you were talking about consistency. How do
Mm.
we consistently keep doing this? How do we consistently make it consistent?
I think that if we keep aim for 24 hours and then automatically next day, again we pay attention, and it might in between break or discontinue. But by keeping that, then we can do for 1 week and then we say 2 weeks and see that what is the reason that I discontinued or it broke or, whatever happened. So then we kind of pay attention that it happened because of this, or, we come to know the cause and then we start working on that. So, I mean, like breathing, everything in the life is consistent, right?
Right, right,
So same is our efforts, no? Same is our efforts. But, these days, especially not to hold anything, remain light, let go, because it does affect our intellect. It can affect our even physical brain, no?
mm,
So silence from time to time, not think too much. It's very, very important.
mm. So what do you think, Didi, we need most for us not to be able to think too much?
Three dots, no?
Three dots. Yes, for three
Soul,
dots.
soul consciousness, drama, Baba, this way three. If
Right,
one doesn't work, use other one, third one. Because somewhere this habit, with practice is very important. And
mm-hmm.
I feel practice is mostly of, you know, now we say three dots, but three aspects. Right? You
Right,
have to, through your thoughts, start practicing mm,
right,
your eternal qualities as a soul, Baba's praise, and then drama. Accurate drama, beneficial drama, at confluence stage, most auspicious time, reminding where we are at this time. All this can help a lot.
right, right. So, Didi, let's say I've made this vow. I've taken the vow. I'm going to practice three dots this many times for 2 weeks. After about 2 days, my enthusiasm goes down a little bit.
Mhm.
So, how do we maintain it? And Baba was also saying that in Sunday's Murli about maintaining zeal and enthusiasm all the time.
No, but if we remind ourselves of attainments and the benefits, no prapti,
Mm-hmm.
what did I get? How did it help me? Kind of keeping chart that will also keep our enthusiasm on. So not only enthusiasm, but we will keep practicing, applying three dots. So I think that, and also, I think if we are also together, no, in the small team or those who live together, kind of help each other also to, you know, keep enthusiasm on. Like for a Vyakti Parivar, we have to help each other, right? So that enthusiasm and there is continuity also. So if we can do it externally, we have to do internally also, right?
Right, right. Another thing that I like this idea you were saying about keeping enthusiasm and, having like a team that is doing this. One of the things that Baba was saying in Sunday's Murli was we need to look at the star.
Hmm.
And how how have you managed to keep looking at souls as souls when they have difficult
Hmm.
sanskaras, when they are, when you are going through difficulty, all of those. How have you managed to do it?
Yeah, that is one point, but I had been reminding myself of this decoration Baba gave. It's a decoration, no? 5 things Baba said. Star on the forehead and um,
Right.
the eyes and mouth and all these decorations. But I think that when we keep practicing, even if we are not aware at that time that they are souls, but it's very natural. Lot is very natural now that we have feeling that these are souls. Every soul has different part to play. And now I had been saying that even sanskars of that soul is according to their part. So how do we see it always? It should be like this, or I want to see that way. But not what now I say. It depends on what the part of that soul is, and that soul will have to use some of those sanskars, which I might feel that they're not, important or necessary once they are not bad sanskars. But there is different ways. Sanskars are like different ways to do things, right? And
Mhm.
when you look at them playing that part, so some of the virtues, some of the characteristics are very connected with the part. If we see that way, then we don't, our expectations are a lot from each other, right?
Right.
You should be speaking like that, you should be quiet, you should be. But then maybe that's the soul part of the soul to be like that. So accepting each other as they are also very important. Then only seeing the sanskars I want to see. And I feel they are the good ones, right?
Right.
So
Right.
this way you are more open-minded and more respectful and more appreciative, whether they are younger ones, whether they are seniors, whether they are equals. So it's kind of you're not all the time in trouble because of sanskars of anyone, right?
Right. Right.
Because sometimes we are troubled. Why this one has to do that? Why that one is? That's also too much. Okay, according to the time, according to circumstances, according to the part, everyone have their different sanskars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Part is different. Sanskars have to be different, right? One
Right.
time Chandramani Dadi was saying, something came up. She said, have you ever lived under any senior? So I said, you are my senior, Dadi. But what she meant that those who are under assistant or helpers, what what they need and what is their stage or what support they need, in the sense of part and sanskars have to match, right?
Right. Right. The Baba was saying in Sunday's Murli that if you see someone specialty, it's Prabhupada's prasad. And so, and you're saying about, sanskaras, right? Which is harder? When do we get caught up? when we are seeing someone's good virtues and thinking, oh, they're so virtuous, or we are looking at sanskaras and thinking, oh, bad, bad, bad.
Yeah, because sometimes what happens, we get little bit influenced by speciality of others, right? And then your own speciality doesn't work. I remember once I was visiting somewhere, everything was so perfect, management and really, and I was very impressed. So I didn't know now what to say, in the sense of, then I said, well, let me go above this, It's a gift of God that they are doing that so perfectly, but then let me go above. And then it was very good. I see the blockage which was happening to my intellect because of being
Mhm.
impressed by everything. So
Right.
then we realize what Baba's meant is immediately say, oh, that's God's blessing, this God's gift. No? So that way we can still go above and see something further, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's a place or a person, and right.
Right. Right.
Like some people, like even for me, they keep saying as if I'm really 100%. And I always tell them, no, we are effort maker. I'm still making effort. So then we have some kind of sharing can happen, like all that. But if you start seeing a perfect being, what else, what will you say, right?
Right, right. And also the expectation, right, Didi, that if I think someone is perfect, then there's so much expectation from, like you were saying, human beings, like we're having so many expectations out of human beings.
Yeah. We should have bhavana. We should have pure vision, but not expectation. Like
It's such a balance.
Dadi Janki, she had like vision for us, like what we could do, what more we can do, how we can go further, right? Even
Right,
she was very happy with whatever you are, but she still wanted each one to move forward, take more responsibility, do more service, So appreciation is good, but not to be impressed.
right, right, right. Um, the one of the things that when you're talking today, I'm thinking about what Baba said in Sunday's Murli about the big form of the vices is not as much as the little forms, the subtle forms of the vices. And so, what are these subtle forms that are coming to us now? Like, one of the subtle forms is I'm looking at people's virtues and thinking, oh, they're so virtuous, or, what are these?
I think some of the weaknesses, when there is a situation, you don't feel that strong or you don't have that much courage. So somewhere that impurity, that means the burden from whether past sanskars or something is there, so that emerges, will it happen or not? Or while you're going through, you're not very comfortable. So weaknesses, those weaknesses could be of mind, could be of, like weakness means lack of ability to perform, right? That
Mhm,
is our weakness. So I noticed that that could happen.
mhm. Right.
So vices, not as vices, but weaknesses. Mama used to say that if someone had been sick for a long time, then it's treated properly, but weakness is still there. And
Right.
that takes longer time. So for us to be, like we gave example of Mama, so brave and so courageous, right? And she was able to represent Baba anywhere and speaking knowledge in such a way which is very appealing, but it's total truth. It's not like diluting it little bit. So I think that all that So that means like Brahma Baba until end remained very strong, right? Until end. It's so much happened, but so that is what our journey is also now. Last part of journey is to remain very courageous, strong, and just keep Baba with you, glorify Baba, talk about Baba.
Right, right.
So nothing should stop us or block our energy.
Okay.
That's how I see the traces which are left from our past. Not very negative, but very subtle. Like some souls will suddenly become possessive about something or someone, whatever.
Right, right, absolutely.
Mm.
Um, one of the things I feel for me a game changer was when Tadi was in Peace Village, Tadi Janki, and she said that you have to remember you are the same soul from the previous cycle.
Mm.
And so even in Sunday, when Baba said, you're creating that which has already been created, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about Dadi Janki, and I was thinking about that concept getting into my mind that I've done this before and I can do this again, and I've done this before. When did you finally grasp that, Didi? When, did as soon as you came into Baba, you grasped it, or?
No, but the percentage keep increasing, no? Like recognition of my own part and playing part, invoking that kind of qualities in us. But I did it before. I can do it now and I will do it again. This can really help a lot. That you are easy, you are relaxed inside, you don't take any pressure. I did it before, I can do it. I think it could be a lot of energy if we can think about it often during day or whenever, right? But it's
Right,
very good, and it's real concept,
right, right,
because I did it, I played my part, I am playing it again, right?
right.
Because I feel that there is some kind of traces you can see when you begin your spiritual journey, that you know that later on that will be your part, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of us, if we really go little bit in subtle way and start seeing what is my part and then play it as if I played before too. Like I said one time that Dadi Prakashmani used to share a thought and it will happen. So
Right,
is it because it has happened she gets the thought? Or is it her thought which made it happen, right? Both are connected.
right,
Because in drama, now family has to grow, right? So when family is growing, then you need bigger space or you need something, right? So it's coming from what part you played, and now that thought is coming. So we can connect it with it is ordained and is being ordained again.
that's the
Drama is
beauty of the
ordained.
drama, no, Didi, that it's
Drama
both
is
are
ordained, but
true.
now I have to act again to ordain it now.
Right. That
Even
both
some
are
people,
true.
yeah, some people might say, "Oh, it has to repeat," but you have to still do it, no?
Right, right.
But when it has happened, we say, "Okay, it had to happen. It happened." But
One final question, Didi.
yeah,
What is your inkling about what's to happen? Do you have any thoughts about what's to happen?
I think it's just the beginning in the sense of a sparkle. But now, when situations are like that, then what they're giving help to each other is more more supplies of sophisticated weapons, and everyone is kind of supporting by showing their. And then I remember Baba had said, oh, wow, they have so much of that. What will they do? You know? And there is a time they have like many old weapons and they're trying to just give people, other countries, they let them use it. So it's like, it's surprising, no? They can't live very peacefully. Every country has everything. But why they have to grab the land, grab the power, grab this? But that's what five vices are doing. Ego, anger, right? Greed. They are playing through the souls in a very major way these days, right?
Mhm. Right, right. Thank you, Didi.
Yeah. That is why this year I like the theme which in Madhuban was chosen was world unity and trust. That and it should be for Brahmin family also, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
So much can happen with unity. So much
Unity
can
and
happen.
trust each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Om Shanti
Om
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.